Call from
Nurik.
Nurok?
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Oh, wow. You actually answered. Wow.
I did. Why wouldn't I?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me go tell my wife really quick that I'm actually
Sure, go
on
tell
with
your
you.
wife. How far away is she? You're not like getting
Literally
in
in
the
the
car,
next
are you?
room. Hey, you need to get on therapy, Gecko. I'm on there.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Well, she
Sorry
has to,
about
you
that.
can't just give her your call because she has to call in on her own.
You have to call in on her. You can't get on my call, apparently. You have to call in on your own.
What's your name?
My name is Nurik.
How did you and your wife meet?
Threesome.
You met in a threesome.
Yeah, I was engaged to a really toxic person, and we were trying to do polyamory, and me and her met. But that's not what I want to talk to you about. I'm here to talk to you about
that's
eating
absolutely
garbage.
what I want to talk to you about. Now, so your ex-wife introduced
Ex-fiance.
Your ex-fiance. You were engaged to a woman, and whose suggestion was it to try out polyamory?
It was a mutual thing at the time.
Sure.
We were both young and stupid.
Sure.
And we were trying the whole, spicing up the marriage thing. We did the not TikTok, Tinder and shit, and it didn't work out. But go on, ask your questions.
So you were trying to spice up the marriage before the marriage even happened.
Yeah, I was dating her because she was not the kind of person that was right for me. She was more for, you ever live your life for other people? You ever seen people do that?
Sure. You felt some sort of pressure to be in a relationship.
Pressure to be in a certain type of relationship.
What type of relationship?
To fulfill the image of what a relationship should be in some people's eyes.
Interesting.
Does that make
What was
sense?
it about this person that you felt fulfilled that image?
My father once told me, if you're going to get with anyone, it's more complicated than that, but it's more or less get with someone with blonde hair and big tits.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's what I thought was supposed to do, but I didn't want to do that.
So your current wife, who met her first between you and your ex-fiance?
So I met her, and because we both shared a mutual friend at the time. I was walking down the road heading my way to college because I lived off campus on the time.
Yes.
So I'm walking, and as we're going, I all of a sudden I hear I hear someone shout out what I thought was calling me the F slur, because I live in that kind of area where that thing is normal. Sure. But it turned out that was just my friend. So I go over, hop in the car, and she is driving at the time. Me and her end up getting to talking, and at the time she's in a relationship of her own, right, long distance wise. So she was off it started out platonically. I swear to God, Geck.
Now, how did your ex-fiance react when you eventually left her to be with this current person?
Well, what happened is I tried to kill myself one night. I tried to drown myself in the bathtub. And mainly because the marriage or the engagement was going south, and I was realizing I just got on this new prescription. I forget what it was at the time, but it was for depression. And whenever I got on that and I started therapy, my eyes were just wide open, and it's just I need to, something's wrong in my life and something doesn't make sense. And I try to communicate that to my wife or my fiance at the time, and she didn't understand that. Like, first of all, she was against me like getting the medication in the first place because she didn't want things to change. And then over time, I kind of like noticed that as I'm realizing that I have not a connection with my fiance,
Right.
I have this strong relationship with this person who was, again, at the time we were platonic, and then sex got involved, like wife and fiance and me. At the time we were like, yeah, sure, because that was on, you know, all of our bucket lists was, you know, threesome. I mean, who isn't? Who doesn't have a threesome on their bucket list, right?
So now in your current relationship with your current, and she's your wife, you're married to her now.
Yeah, we are very much married and very much happy.
Is it fully closed, or would you ever consider trying polyamory again?
Oh, we are actually in a polyamorous relationship. My wife and I live with her boyfriend.
Interesting. Do you like him?
I love him. He's really cool. He's a really good guy. They met a while ago, about a year ago, when she was doing like her OnlyFans and stuff. And, you know, they got to talking and the relationship bloomed. And I'm the kind of person, my whole belief is like, I think it's selfish for me as an individual to think that I can satisfy the needs of another individual, like another ego being. So I kind of like, am like, look, if you want more out of life, don't let me hold you back.
Right.
So like, but you know, I feel like she kind of like, she wants to keep me around for some reason. So I guess I'm doing something right.
I mean, that to me screams, I mean, that's a true sort of love for someone when you want them to be happy, even if it means that you're not involved in every aspect of that happiness. Yeah.
Like I learned from an early age that like love doesn't have to be what a mainstream idea is. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Are you dating anyone else?
I'm currently single. I'm not really looking for a relationship right now. I'm kind of happy where I'm at. I talk to people, but I have really, really bad social anxiety, social phobia. So getting out on the scene, like this is actually new to me. I'm only doing this because I'm stoned as balls right now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I remember you came and you said you didn't want to talk about this. Is there anything real quick you wanted to talk about?
I really wanted to talk to you about the time I ate garbage, because that's like when I first started to call it. He was talking about, like, I think last week or a few weeks ago.
If you can tell it to me quick, I'll hear it.
Okay. So long story short, I was trapped because I have really shitty parents in my college town, because they were arguing with my sister, and it was during winter break, and I couldn't go home, right? I had no money. It was my freshman year, so I'm stuck in this town. I haven't had anything to eat for like 4 days because it's winter break. The cafeteria's closed. No money. I see a Jimmy John sandwich in the garbage, and to this day, bootleggers are my favorite because of that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I respect that you're living your life exactly the way you want to live it.
Thank you, Geck. I appreciate that. Nurek.
Thank you for sharing, Nurek. You have a good rest of the night.
You too, Geck. Take it easy.
10 out of 10, Cole.
Therapy Gecko's on the line, taking your phone calls every night. Therapy Gecko's doing it right, he's teaching you how to live your life, but he's not really an expert.
Call from Ashley.
Ashley?
Hello.
Ashley.
Hi, Geck.
Mary Kate and Ashley.
Yeah, that's me.
I always thought
Just
Mary
kidding.
Kate and Ashley were 3 different people.
Well, I mean,
Mary
that's what multiple personality disorder
Kate.
is, I guess.
and Ashley. How many different people are you?
How many different people? I guess it depends on the day.
How many different people are you today?
How many different people?
Sure.
Let's see. Well, I'm the nice person at work, and then when I get home, I'm the introvert, and I don't like to talk to anybody. So I guess that's a different thing. So I'm two different people.
So you like talking to people at work, but not when you get home. Not when you get back home.
Yeah. Yeah,
wanna
I
do what's
just kind of
called
like
an ambivert.
sit by myself.
You ever heard of the
An
term
ambivert?
ambivert?
No, I've never heard that.
It's a great term. When I found out about it, I was like, that is a beautiful term. I mean, I hate labels in general, but if I had to pick one, I'd choose that. An ambivert. You're familiar with the phrase ambidextrous?
Yeah, so like left and right.
Yeah, left and right. Ambivert, someone who embodies the qualities of both an extrovert and an introvert. And, situationally. I never liked the binary system of extroverts and introverts anyway. I feel like it's too binary. It's a whole spectrum here.
Yeah, I've never heard that. That's actually pretty cool.
Listen, Ashley, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever lied?
Unfortunately, too many times. Yes.
Too many times. Tell me what was the too manyth time?
I think I lie like a lot more at work. And for some reason, like I keep getting away with it. Probably because like I lie to like cover my ass, but then like, well, I was talking actually about this the other day. Like I used to work at a seafood restaurant, and the restaurant, if any food that was left over at night, they would let the employees take it home. So I would like put in fake orders just so I could take food home to my parents.
That's smart.
Yeah, so, and they never
caught?
questioned it. I just would always, no, I never got caught. I would just always bring food home.
Well, wasn't it suspicious when consistently the same person would keep ordering food and not picking it up?
Well, I always put different names on it and like different kinds of food.
Ooh, that is interesting.
And sometimes like you'd order like a little extra more, so then you don't take everything. So then, and I started to feel a little bad, but then I got held up at gunpoint there. So then I didn't feel bad because like the owner didn't feel bad about me getting held up and told me to go back to work. So I didn't really feel bad about it anymore.
You got held up at gunpoint.
Yes.
And what was that like?
I mean, it was scary, but at the same time, it was like, this isn't really my money. So I kind of just opened the register and backed up, and he grabbed it. And then he was like, I just want you to know that I love you. And I was like, I don't know who you are, but okay.
He told you he loved you?
Yeah, he was like, I hope, he's like, do you love your family? I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, I love you. And then he like left with the money from the register.
Really?
Yeah. Which
How
if
did
he had
he
been
say
smarter, he would have gotten the money from the drawer because there was a lot more in there.
How did he say it? Did he look you in the eyes?
Yeah, he like turned around as he was leaving, like right at the door, and like I was terrified because I was like 17 at the time, and he's just like, he said that about my family. He's like, I want you to know that I love you, and then left.
Do you believe him? Do you think he really loved you? Do you think he meant it when
I
he
don't
said
think he
it?
did. I mean, maybe he just felt guilty because he was like robbing a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but he's in jail now. So
Why do you think he told you he loved you? He felt guilty?
yeah, I think that he probably felt guilty, but also he may have been like on a lot of drugs because he kind of looked like it.
What drugs do you think?
But maybe he
was on?
did love me. Maybe he saw me and fell in love at
Maybe
first
he
sight or
did.
something. I don't know.
He did. Do you believe in love at first sight?
I think I used to, but then like I was listening earlier, like how you asked somebody a question, or it was like they were talking about like if you love somebody for 4 months and then you don't love them anymore. And I believe that's like in the moment thing.
Right.
But as like I'm getting older, you know, like it's like you honestly like put all your faith in the love, you know, and then but I understand at the same time where it's coming from.
See, that's the thing is love. It's very emotionally driven, and emotions are so volatile. they're up and they're down and they're left and they're right. It's not a very sound place to put all your eggs. So, you know, exactly, you can love someone in the heat of the moment, and then after that moment is over, not love them anymore.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, but I mean, it's just life.
Do you think that if he saw you again, that guy would still say that he loves you?
Actually, his lawyer like reached out like a year ago because he's in prison. No, but he did want like to write me a letter to apologize.
Oh wow, really? He wanted to write you a letter to apologize.
Yeah,
and, like
for
he had to like
me.
get your permission to get the letter.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't respond to it because that was like 10 years ago at this point. So
interesting that 10 years later he still wanted to apologize. So he probably did love you. I mean, he was probably thinking about you all 10 of those years and wanted to write you a letter.
Maybe it's a little weird. My mom was about it, and I was like, okay.
Definitely extremely weird, I would actually say. But, you know. Well, listen, thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, thank you for answering my call. I called like 89 times. So
89th, the charm, baby.
Yep, it's the charm. I'll remember that. I hope you have a good night, Geck.
You too, Ashley. Have a good night.
Call from
Alex.
Alex!
Hey, oh my fucking God, what's up?
What's up?
Dude, I have been trying to call you for ages.
How many ages?
Oh, probably like 4 months now.
What technologies have evolved since...
Oh man, I was using the fax machine when I started.
Oh man.
I got a cell phone now. So.
And how do you feel about this technological transition? Are you prepared, or do you feel as though the world is moving too fast for you to keep up?
I mean, isn't it always? I mean, I'm just sitting here calling hundreds of times, and then I was expecting a hello, and then you just yelled out Alex, and it was just the craziest thing. So, you know, you're never really ready, but it's definitely there.
Do you feel ready?
Reality, I guess. I do feel ready.
Do you feel ready for this?
I feel ready to be on the call.
That was the wrong answer. That was the wrong answer, Alex. You should actually. The fact that you're ready implies to me that you prepared in some way. And for you to prepare implies that you had some sort of expectation of what this experience would be like. And for you to have some sort of expectation of what this experience would be like only sets you up for failure in the event that your expectations are not matched by reality.
You know, that's a great point. But I think I'll have to humbly disagree with you. I think just for the sheer amount of times that I've called, I think it would be irresponsible for me not to have been ready.
You know what? I think that's reasonable, Alex. Listen, I have a question for you, Alex.
Yes.
Have you ever lied?
Oh, fucking, I just did. So, many times.
You just did? How did you just lie? In what
I told you I was ready.
And you're not ready?
I mean, like I said before that, are we ever really ready? I also said that I was using a fax machine. That's obviously not true. But
yeah, I guess that wasn't true. Well, I mean, there's a difference between I think there's a difference between an intentional lie,
right,
and a confident exclamation, a prediction maybe that when put through the test, proves false. So if you say I'm ready, you may in that moment feel as though you're ready, and then fail, and then it turns out that you're not ready. Did you lie? I mean, you believed that you were ready. When you say that you're ready, I mean, I interpret it as you saying, I believe that I'm ready. And it is true that you believed it. And that's the statement you were making.
That's a great point. But if I tell a girl I love her, and then 4 months later, I don't love her anymore, I think she would say to me, "You bastard, you lied to me."
No, I don't think that. I don't think that that's a lie, because in the moment that you told that girl that you loved her, did you mean it when you said it?
Yes.
Okay, so if you meant it when you said it, it was true in the moment. But then 4 months later, if something can be true at one point and then not be true later.
Yeah.
Like, how old are you?
I'm 18, 19 in a month.
You're 18. Okay. I honestly thought you were in your 30s. You sound very old.
Oh my! Everyone says I look older too. I'm tall and I don't know. I don't get it though.
But look, a year from now, when you're 19, did you lie when you said you were 18?
19 in a month.
Okay, you're 19 a month. In a month, but you told me that you were 18. So in a month, will you have lied? No, because things change.
No. Yeah, that's a great point, and I didn't really think about that.
Well, Alex, how do you feel about this conversation?
I think this is a good conversation. I think that, I'm sure there's more to be had, but from what has happened, it was definitely a good conversation.
Beautiful. Well, listen, thank you so much for calling, Alex. I hope that this lives up to your expectations.
Of course. Well, nothing ever does, so you have a good one.
You too.
Call from
Lucas.
Lucas.
Yo, Geck. What's up, man?
How are you doing, Lucas?
I'm doing all right, thank you. Hey, give me 1 sec. Let me mute my stream for you.
Sure. I'll wait as long as you need, Lucas. I don't got anything else going on.
You know what? You have a lot going on, Geck. You are about to travel across America. You have a lot going on, man. Proud of you.
Oh, gosh. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Lucas.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
I'm chilling in my apartment, just watching a guy in a lizard suit talk to other human beings. And
is it a nice apartment?
Yeah, so I'm currently I'm kind of third wheeling it. Essentially what I'm doing is I live with my best friend since middle school and his longtime girlfriend. I went to college with him, and I know his girlfriend very well as well. So they have like a house, they own a house, and they have like this upstairs apartment area, and I basically have it all to myself. So I'm thriving. I moved in like a month ago.
Are you paying them rent?
Yeah, so basically I pay them a flat amount of rent each month, no lease or anything.
You Venmo your boy?
Exactly, yeah. I just
That's
Venmo my boy, and I literally put like rent in the Venmo description. Here you go, pal, and that's that.
How much does he charge you for rent?
$750 a month, which so I'm in Massachusetts, good. So it's not too bad. And
to yourself.
Oh hell yeah, it's like I got a whole area to myself, and like I'm thriving essentially. So I mean,
now what is the dynamic like? Is it odd living with? Because it's like, I mean, this is almost like a sitcom in a way. Like they have their picturesque life, they're in love, they have a house, and then they've also got you living in their attic.
Oh yeah, I can see it already, like a sitcom on CBS. Like, and then like this happy, loving couple, then this weird roommate moved in. But no, it's chill.
Be honest, do you consider yourself to be like a weird guy? Are you a strange person?
Oh God, no. I'm very comfortable with who I am. I'm 24 years old. I'm happy where I am. I mean, I'm really ever since I graduated college and stuff, I really like learned to be myself. So I'm really not. I don't consider myself a weird guy. I mean, I have that social anxiety of, oh man, am I considered a weird guy to these people? But especially in like social situations at work or in like bars or stuff like that. But I'm really focused on just being myself and just going with the flow. But
does it ever get weird living with the couple? Like they're trying to do couple things and you're just there?
Or no. We have that's a good question. We just I've known them for the longest time now. So we have the dynamic where we're all friends essentially. We all just shoot the shit. We all work 9 to 5 jobs during the week. So when we all get home, we just shoot the shit, and then we do our own things. We have our own areas. They have their private, their private areas, and I have my own space. So it's a great dynamic. So I'm really fortunate in that way. A lot of folks, they have, they hate their landlords. They have shitty living situations, but I really lucked out. So.
Well, that's awesome. No, Alex was the last guy we talked to. Lucas. That's awesome, Lucas. Lucas, real quick, tell me. I got a question for you, Lucas. Just real quick. Have you ever lied?
Ooh, Good question. You know, I feel like everyone does to some extent. I know that's the question of the evening, but I'm really unprepared. Oh man.
Just make something up.
You know, I lie about little things at work. So I lie at work, like I'll say I'll send this email or I'll do it today, but I really don't. I always push it off till the next day. So I've probably done that like 5 million times at this point. And I feel I'm not looking at chat. I'm a good boy, but I feel like chat will relate to that, where like, oh yeah, like it's like 3:30 in the afternoon. Oh yeah, I'll do that today, and then they'll just I just blow it off until like Monday or the next day because I'm just so fucking tired at that point. It's like, yeah.
Well, listen, Lucas, I'll let you get back to your unanswered emails. You are indeed a very good boy, and I appreciate you sharing with us.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of people waiting to call in. I'll let you go too, Geck. Subscribe to the Geck Patreon chat. It's awesome. I'm kind of promoting you here, Geck. It's kind of weird, but other than that, you know, I'll let you go, Geck. Best of luck with Geck Across America. I'm looking forward to that, man.
Thank you so much, Lucas. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Love you too, man. Take care.
Call from Katie.
Katie? Katie, I'm here.
What's up?
You called me.
Yeah, that's right.
Is your stream on?
I muted it.
You sound tired.
Oh, just been laying around all day. But I have a prompt to your question.
Oh, you have an answer to my question.
Yes.
You
Maybe
don't
I
even know
can
what
get
my
some
question
advice.
is. I haven't asked any questions yet.
Okay, then go have at it.
What did you say your name was?
Katie,
Katie, I have a question.
what is your question?
Have you ever lied?
Yes, not very successfully, though.
You have
I have a bad
lied
habit of-
unsuccessfully.
Yeah, I have a bad habit of smiling when I lie or laughing
A
or
tell.
when I'm uncomfortable.
Tell me about this time in which you lied unsuccessfully.
You know, the classic, it's not you. It's not me, it's you. Or, it's not you, it's me.
So you were trying to lie about the way you felt.
Yeah, haven't you?
Well, there's lots of different categories of lying. There's lying about events, whether or not they happened. There's lying about feelings, whether or not they are true. And I feel like feelings, it's harder to get caught lying about your feelings.
Yeah, it is. Well, I don't like other people feeling like shit. So I'm like, you know what? It's all me. It's me. It's not you.
Now, who did you tell this to? Who did you tell that it was them and not you when in reality it was indeed them?
I don't know. People I've dated.
Now, the last person you dated, what was it about them that made you break up with them?
Oh, they were just like, didn't treat me how I wanted to be treated. Didn't make me feel how I wanted to be felt, how I wanted to feel.
How do you want to be treated?
I don't know. Like, you want to be the apple of someone's eye, right? So you don't want them like looking at other people or.
Well, how can someone treat you the way you want to be treated if you don't even know how you want to be treated?
Damn. Okay then. You right.
You know.
You're right.
I mean, look. It sounds like you have an idea of how you do not want to be treated, which is similar.
Uh-huh. The silence.
You want to be the apple of someone's eye.
Yeah, don't you? Doesn't everyone?
Not really. I don't like the idea of being like revered by like one person. It seems like a lot.
So would you want to be like, I heard the caller earlier, would you want to be like in a poly relationship? That you can get all the love by all different people.
I'm not sure, to be honest. Well, I don't know. Like, I have a friend who, like, I remember one time I saw one of my friends, like, his girlfriend made an Instagram post about him, and she was like, David is the most. My friend's name is David, and he was like, David, I'm madly in love with him. He is my entire life. Maybe
he's
not the best human being I've ever met in my entire life. And I remember saying to him, like, that's a lot of pressure right there to be that for someone. I don't know if I want to be that for someone. That's a lot. That's a lot of pressure there. I don't know if I want to be the apple of someone's eye. I will gladly be a welcome, respected, appreciated part of an entire life. But I don't know if I want to be an entire life.
I got you. You just want to be a part of it, not an entirety.
I mean, is that not how you feel? How do you feel? You want to be someone's everything. No. You want to be the apple of their eye.
Well, I'm not trying to, like, obsess or so. You know what I mean? Who knows? That's like the far, far extreme. You just want someone to not, look at other people or, well, not necessarily look at other people, but talk about other people, like, cheating, I guess. It's so prevalent with, like, social media. And
you want so you want someone who won't cheat on you?
Well, yeah. Well, I think everyone wants that, unless you're like
because that's the bare minimum.
Yeah, that is the bare minimum.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm glad that you've defined that. It's a good thing to know that you want.
Yeah, very true.
I hope you find that.
Yeah, I mean that's a very low requirement.
You're in luck. No, you said that's shitty of you.
Well, if you can't meet that requirement, it's just that's shitty of you.
No, what I was gonna say. I mean, I think. What's your name again?
Katie.
Katie, you're actually in luck because you seem to have low standards, which is great. Don't take that as a bad. That's a good. Wow. I swear to God, I'm being dead serious. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to have low standards because it becomes easier to make you happy.
I guess we can agree to disagrey. I mean, that makes me sound so terrible.
Why does that make you? What do you mean? Why does that make you sound terrible?
Because having low standards, anyone can make me happy. Anything.
Well, isn't that a good thing that anyone can make you happy? You know what? I'd be worried for Katie. I'd be worried for you if you had high standards.
Very true. That makes it way harder to meet someone.
Makes it way harder to meet someone. Having low standards, good thing.
But I have something. I have met someone, but I'm gonna go and meet them in 2 days.
Fantastic. I hope they don't cheat on you.
Let's hope not.
Well, listen, Katie. I appreciate you sharing with us this evening, and you have a wonderful rest of the night.
Thanks for dropping that knowledge.
Of course.
Peace out. Peace. Hallelujah.
Call from Mackenzie.
Mackenzie.
Hi, how's it going?
Honestly, Mackenzie, I'm doing pretty okay. I'm trying to live life. Look, life it's an intense experience, Mackenzie, and I feel like it should be treated with an appropriate reaction of intensity.
That's a good point. I agree there.
I mean, all the emotions, Mackenzie. I mean, life inspires joy. It inspires grief. It inspires excitement, nervousness, and I just want to reciprocate all of these incitements with the purest, most intense version of all those feelings. While I'm still alive.
I literally have no idea how to respond to that, but I support you.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Look, Mackenzie, what are you doing right now?
Oh, I'm just chilling, trying to get my phone call through to you. I think.
Now that you
think it was.
No, please. You think?
I think it was like 169, so it's kind of a good number.
69, baby. Mackenzie, what are you doing right now? I already asked you that, didn't I?
You did. Yeah.
I asked you that just now.
I'm chilling with my cat watching your stream.
Oh my God! You know what, Mackenzie? I like that I asked you that question twice, and you went ahead and you answered it twice, and that's how I know I can trust you, Mackenzie.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm a go-getter. I'm a yes man.
You're a go-getter. You're a yes man. How do you feel about that? Do you enjoy being a go-getter and a yes man are two different things, I would think.
Right. Yeah, I think I lied a little bit about the go-getter.
Okay, now that we have a little bit of time to sort of think. I know that this started off a little intense, and that's 100% my fault. Now that we have the time to think, do you truly believe that you are a yes man?
No, because I just said no, so I
Bam.
suppose not.
All right, so that's out of the
I'm
way.
pretty close, though. I think I do a pretty good job about it, though. It's a spectrum, I'll say.
It's a spectrum. So you're a maybe man.
I'm a maybe man, yeah. Mac the maybe man, yeah.
Are you a go-getter?
No, absolutely not. I'm not. Which is why I called, so.
Oh, okay. So you called because you're not a go-getter, and please, I would love to hear more about why you called.
Okay. So, my most recent issue, I have no idea what to do with my life. I'm 24. I just turned 24. I've got an associate's in English, which does fuck all. So I'm trying to figure out what to do.
You have an associate's in English, which does fuck all. Well, I mean, okay. When you set out to get this associate's in English, you must have done it for some reason.
Well, the funny part is it's about one class away from being an associate's in biology. So it doesn't say a lot that I have an associate's in English.
Well, what does it say for you to have an associate's in biology?
Well, I really wanted to work in being a wildlife rehab, but they make like no money. You can't help the geckos for a living.
Sure. So because your biology degree wasn't going to make you a lot of money, you instead switched to an English degree.
Yeah. Hey, there's a reason I'm calling you, okay?
Okay. Well, again, you picked these things for a reason, and I gotta believe that there's more than money at stake here. I mean, you must enjoy the idea of being in wildlife rehab.
Right. Well, it seems like every job that I pick out, somebody advises me against it, or I look up and they just do not make money. I think my career goals are a little bit too empathetic, if that makes sense.
Okay, well, these people advising you against it, for what reason are they advising you against it? Is it just the money thing?
I've talked to a lot of teachers, and a lot of teachers say absolutely not, do not do it. So,
why?
And they have a lot of different reasons. A lot of it has to do with administrators. They really don't like who they work under, which I suppose means, find the right school, but money, administration, kind of the way that the job works, stuff like that.
I mean, how much money do you think you need to live?
Not a lot. I'm pretty low maintenance, honestly.
Okay. Well, then I guess in that case it shouldn't matter to you if you don't make as much money as someone else, as long as you're doing something you enjoy doing.
Right. I want some sort of disposable income.
To do what?
And I also want to be sure that, I feel like I'm doing something. I really want to like my job. I'm somebody that refuses to hate a third of their life. So I think that's why I'm so obsessive over it.
I mean, yeah, it's extremely important. I agree with you on the obsession. I think it's a good thing to be obsessed about. But why do you want... I mean, you said you want disposable income. I mean, how much... I mean, when they say no money, what does that really mean? How much money a year? How much money a year could you make? Money. Is there a number that you could give? How much money a year could you make in wildlife rehab?
I think wildlife rehab is in the 20 grands. It's low.
Yeah, that is pretty low, actually. But
yeah.
I mean, where do you live?
Illinois,
what state?
Southern Illinois.
Could you theoretically eat food and live in a house for that amount of money?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's worth it.
Okay, so what are you thinking?
I suppose I could go really primal and just live amongst them. take care of them that way.
I mean, that's barely a living wage. There's no way it's even legal to pay like that.
Yeah, well, it's because people. It's all mostly based off of charity. They run a lot of them I know run them out of their homes basically, and just try to fundraise because unless you go into a government job, which was also an option with biology, you don't get paid well.
So being a wildlife rehabilitationist, is that off the table? Have you decided that I'm not doing that, I gotta find a new thing, or is that what you really want to do?
Well, I came up with this plan that I would be an English teacher and then work my summers as a hobbyist wildlife rehab, which I don't think is the worst plan ever.
I think that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, I think I let my anxiety get to me a little bit too much.
What are you anxious about?
Genuinely just making the wrong decision, which everybody says, you can always go back to school or always make up a different decision. But, I care about debt and everything. So.
No, debt is a big one. I mean, you're not thinking about incurring more debt, are you?
No. So far I've got my associates with no debt. So.
Oh, so you don't have any debt?
Not yet. No.
Oh, you're chill. Wait, so what? Okay. But you just said not yet. But then when I asked you if you were thinking about incurring more debt, you said no.
Well, so I'm going to try not to, but I guess yes. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Well, you want to be an English teacher or a wildlife rehabilitationist person.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like you have the qualifications required to be, I don't have a real job, so I don't know what it requires to do that, but it sounds like you have what it takes requirementally wise to be an English teacher, right?
Right. Yeah.
And you probably have what
I definitely could.
I mean, what's stopping you from this plan of the English teacher during the year and during the summer?
It's definitely the amount of teachers I've talked to that have advised me against it. Because I don't want to be the guy that's screw you all, I'm not going to trust your advice, and I'm just going to do it anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, let's say you do it anyway. I mean, let's say you do one summer as a rehab person and it sucks. You don't have to go into debt.
True.
What do you lose from trying it? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I guess there's not a lot to lose with the rehab if I'm doing it occasionally, but there's more to lose with a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, there's definitely something to lose if you go back to get more school, but that's what I'm asking.
Right.
Do you need more school to do this plan?
Yes, I need to finish my bachelor's because I only have the associates. Yeah.
That does make it tough.
Yeah, it's a dilemma.
Here, let me ask you one kind of last thing that I like to think about when I think about these sort of situations.
Okay.
All right, you wanting to be in the jobs themselves are very tangible, specific things.
Yes.
But what's at the root of your desire to do them? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I would say it's just helping. I really enjoy helping animals and people, kids specifically. So that's what I meant when I said they're kind of empathy based. Okay, great. And the reason I asked that is because, worst case scenario, I've told this to someone before with this exact camel background on another stream, which is that I would really think I would think less about the specifics and more about the generalities of, I want to help people, I want to help kids, I want to help animals. Because there's, infinite ways to help people that don't require you going into debt. Absolutely. Yeah.
So I would focus on chasing those very general things, because I think people a lot of times they go after this very specific thing. I want to be they get tunnel vision on I want to be this thing, only this thing, and if someone says no to me and I can't be this thing, I'm fucked. But in reality, what you're chasing is the fulfillment of the general thing of I want to help people. So I would continue to have that in mind as opposed to any specific career in mind, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really great point. That's going to help me out a lot.
Good. What'd you say her name was?
I appreciate that. Mackenzie.
Well, thank you for sharing, Mackenzie. And good luck.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Have a good night.
Call from Beatrice.
Beatrice.
Oh, wow. You picked
It's
up.
the lizard. I picked up.
Yeah, hi.
What's up, dude? Hey, Beatrice, can you turn your stream off for me?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's off.
So what's up?
Nothing much. It's been a rough day, and I saw your streaming, so that cheered me up a little bit.
Well, I'm happy to hear that.
How about you?
Why has it been a rough day?
Just long. I couldn't get any sleep last night, and I was running around to finish chores, so.
Finish tours?
Chores, not tours.
Chores.
Yeah.
I didn't get to sleep last night either, dude. Sleep is, it's for the weak.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
They say that, I mean, here's the thing. Here's what I think. I mean, look, I'm no doctor, but I'm a little skeptical, right? Because they say that sleep is healthy.
Mm-hmm.
They say that sleep is healthy. But they also say that exercise is healthy. And to me, that's a contradiction. I'm like, what is it? Should I be laying around all day doing nothing, or should I be moving my body 24/7?
Yeah,
That's why I don't trust doctors. Because they've been giving out too much contradicting information.
Yeah,
How can sleep and exercise both be healthy?
I'm an athlete, so I don't really know. Tough.
All right, so you picked one, which I think is reasonable.
Yeah, but it wasn't worth it.
Why was it not worth it? How old are you, Beatrice?
I am 25.
You're an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Are you? I mean, okay, so you're. I mean, at the age of 25, you're probably like a real athlete. You're not like in school or anything like that, are you?
Yeah, no, I didn't go to college.
What kind of athlete are you?
I'm a swimmer.
So you're like a professional competitive swimmer?
I guess so. I mean,
You guess so.
Well, I go to big competitions, but where I live, it's not really that hard. There's not many people on our team, so it's easy to get picked to go to these big events.
Beatrice, am I on speakerphone right now?
No, I'm sorry. Are you like echoing?
No, it's just a little bit tricky to hear you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no
Is
problem.
that better?
No problem. So you are, all right, so you said where you live, there's not a lot of people, so it's easy to get picked. So you're the best, so you're among the cream of the crop.
I guess.
Because you never sleep, because you're too busy swimming. You're like a shark.
I wish I could grow a pair of gills.
Well, you're on your way, it sounds like. Okay, so you... All right, so you're a professional swim person.
Yeah, professional fish.
Do you enjoy being a professional fish?
I don't really know. I joined when I was in, I think, 3rd grade. It's when I started to learn how to swim, and it was fun until like middle school, high school, and then it just started to get stressful and not too great.
Wow, so it's been stressful since middle school.
Yeah.
Which was 10 years ago.
Mhm.
And yet you have persisted.
Yeah.
What keeps you going?
I like the experiences that I get to have, and I know if I quit, I probably wouldn't see half of the people that I swim with anymore, because we devote our lives to this sport.
Yeah, it sounds like an all-encompassing thing.
Mhm. What about you? Did you do any sports growing up?
So do you think that you're going to keep with it?
I don't know. I've been thinking about that recently. There's a big meet coming up. It's going to be in Puerto Rico, and I just haven't been doing that great. I haven't been improving. I developed a chronic bronchitis, I think, and it's just been getting hard, and I haven't gotten a chance to get myself checked out yet, so.
Have you talked to a real therapist about this stuff? It sounds like it's very genuinely stressing you out.
No, it's too expensive, but I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you don't have to be sorry. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
They don't have like a... Look, for a sport that's stressful, they should have like a sponsored thing.
Well, I mean, normally in bigger places, like up in the States, they have, like, the swim teams have masseuses and people that you can go to, but our swim team is so small that they're kind of happy that you're coming, and if you're hurt or if something's going on in your life, that's your problem.
Well, look, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be a thing that you can do. I don't know. I haven't really researched this. I got to get a BetterHelp code that I can give. Michael Phelps uses that shit. Which is it that Michael Phelps uses that everyone hates?
I couldn't tell you.
Look, if Michael Phelps uses it, I feel like it could be good for you.
I guess. I mean, look at him. He's a gold medalist.
How do you feel about this conversation?
I feel like it's nice. I don't really like opening up to friends or family because I don't want to dump my problems or worries onto them because I know they're already stressed out with all the things happening in their lives.
Your life is funny. Well, look, Beatrice, I hope that you do find a real therapist to talk to. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you'll be swimming one day and you'll, like, it'd be interesting. I'm imagining you, like, I don't know, you fall into this, like, fantasy where, like, you become a mermaid and you go under the sea and you start, like, telling all your problems to all the fish and stuff. And they give you really good advice, like better advice than I could give you. And you sing a song. That could happen to you.
I'd love for that to happen to me.
I believe in
it. Thank you.
Well, you have a good night, Beatrice. Thank you so much for calling.
Hey, you too. I appreciate the talk.
Good night, Beatrice.
Bye.
B.
Call from
Dr. Johnson.
Dr. Johnson.
Therapy Gecko.
How you doing, Doc John?
Look, I'm well. How are you?
What kind of doctor are you?
A fully qualified real one.
A fully qualified real one?
Yes.
And what type of medicine are you fully qualified to really do?
No, a doctor of philosophy.
Oh, doctor of philosophy.
Yes.
I'm curious about this. You say you're qualified to be a doctor.
In some sense of the word.
What exactly what makes someone objectively more qualified to philosophize than someone else?
Is it objective? I guess some sort of paper.
It's on paper. It's I don't know. I don't know if it's objective. I guess that's what I'm asking.
Well, I didn't really expect to get in, so I'm a bit thrown off.
Oh, no worries. Take your time, Doc John.
Sure. Can I come clean with you?
Please.
I'm not a doctor.
No, you're John
Lennon.
And I've
lied.
Back from the dead.
Could be. If that's what you like.
I don't want what I'd like. I want the truth.
I understand. Well, I'm not a doctor.
Okay. You're not a doctor.
Now, I've come to have a chat with you today Not specifically related to the topic. I'd just like some advice, and I thought this would be a lot easier than talking to a real, gecko.
Sure. Look, I can promise you no satisfaction. I do not have a satisfaction guarantee, as a lot of products and services do, but I will promise you an effort guarantee. I will try my best to give you advice. So please, what do you tell me everything?
Okay. So here's the story.
Tell me.
I've just reconnected with a young lady. Not young, but
Sure.
my age.
Got it.
And we'd had a bit of history. High school crush kind of deal. It's now been 5 or 6 years or so. And to complete the story, I liked her for a long time. I got into a relationship. She tried to make something happen, but I'm a moral person, so I didn't go for that. And
I'm sorry. Well, hold on, real quick. You said she. First of all, Doc John, I'm not quite getting the details of the story. Here's my current understanding of what you're trying to tell me: is that you were seeing a girl, and you dated a girl for 5 years, and then you told me she tried to make something happen, but you're against. But because of your morality, I mean, what is this something?
My apologies. My apologies. I was dating a girl, a different girl, and then this girl, which I had a thing for many years previously.
Okay. You've been dating a girl, and then a girl who you previously had a crush on wanted to make something happen with you, but you did not want to do that because you are currently in a relationship.
I was at the time, yes.
Okay, so now you're not in a relationship.
No, and it's been many years, but this is just some background, of the complexity of what's going on.
So hit me with the foreground.
So anyway, she's just got in touch again, and we've seen each other once, and it was very good.
You don't sound like you have a problem. You sound like you've got a good thing going on. You are no longer in a relationship for whatever reason, and now this girl who you liked, who wanted to be with you when you were in a relationship, and I think appropriately decided not to do that. But now you are not in a relationship and are now free to pursue that.
Yeah. The only problem is now, like
problem?
I said, I've seen her once, and I know nothing about her, really.
You don't know anything about her.
Not the person she is now.
Well, Doc John.
High school person, but...
Doc John, let's get to know her. Go on some dates, for Christ's sake, Doc John.
Yep, that's the plan. However, I feel now like how I felt in high school, and like I want to know, like, if I'm chasing something in the past.
That's beautiful, Doc John. Look, Doc John, this person's giving you butterflies. If you're nervous to be with this person, you're nervous to take her on a date, I mean, that's good. That means that you have something here. Follow the nerves, John. If you weren't nervous to be with her, then, I mean, that would be boring. That would not be a relationship worth pursuing, I don't even think. So I think you follow the nerves. It means that you're getting out of your comfort zone. It means that you're attempting something that matters to you, John.
I see.
Where are you going to take her? Take her to the bowling alley? What do they do in, let's see, it sounds like you're from Taiwan. What do they do in Taiwan?
Probably eat Chinese food.
I don't know if that's correct. But listen, Doc John, good luck in your romantic pursuits. I'm giving you all of my gecko energy, and I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you. Thank you a lot. Australia, by the way. Australia represent.
Rock and roll.
All right.
This actually is Australia back here. I love you too, Doc John. You have a wonderful rest of the night. Thank you so much for sharing.
And you. Thank you.
Call from
Anthony.
Anthony.
Oh, Jack, am I on? Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, indeed.
I was just listening, and I don't hate your stream. That's what you're wondering.
No, that's fine.
So, how are you doing tonight?
Anthony?
Yes, yeah.
Have you ever lied?
I have, yeah.
Tell me about you having lied.
I've been thinking about this. I've been watching the entire stream, and I just completely forgot.
Do you want to wait for you to remember?
Here's an easy one, I guess.
Tell me.
Like beginning of high school, freshman year, I started smoking weed. I lied to my mom about it for like about a year and a half until I got caught, like sophomore year.
And what was her reaction when you got caught?
She was okay with it. She was, yeah. She asked me why I didn't tell her anything, and I was like, it's not really something to tell.
My whole thing with smoking weed, if you're like a kid or whatever, is like, I mean, if you're like, if I were like a parent and like I had a kid who's smoking weed, I'm like, if everything else was like going good, I kind of don't care. Like, if you're like if you like get your grades are good and you're chilling and you have a life, you seem like a productive human being, I kind of don't care. Where people get fucked up is when they get like addicted to it and it like fucks them up and like they don't do other things.
Yeah, no, that was basically the situation. I don't really smoke weed anymore, but I haven't like smoking since like 6 months ago down there. So yeah, I just do it kind of casually.
Now quitting smoking weed, was that an intentional decision or did it just kind of fade out into something you didn't do as often?
Kind of both. I usually took like tolerance breaks every few months. Started getting a little too into it. I would just kind of take a break, but this break kind of lasted longer. I don't really want to go back to it right now, I guess.
I feel that. It's good
being
to take
high
some
on
time
life.
off. It's good to take some time off.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can smoke weed every day and just not even realize that you're smoking weed every day.
Yeah, I've had those times. Well, like parts of the day, I guess. Like past midnight, it kind of just gets like that, I think, It's all kind of just a blur sometimes. Those hours.
What's your relationship like with your mother?
We're not really too close. We don't have a lot in common or anything.
Really? How would you describe her?
I don't know. She's kind of lazy, but also not. She just watches TV most of the day. Kind of drives around and sort of thing.
She's lazy. She just kind of watches TV all day. And how would you describe yourself in contrast?
Well, because of the pandemic, I haven't really been able to go see my friends, but I would do that most of the time. We'd hang out, go get food, walk around, hang out at the park and stuff, watch TV as well, play Frisbee and stuff.
So what you and your mom do not have in common is that you have friends and your mom does not have friends?
Sort of. I spend more time with my friends, I guess.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, well, when you get older, I guess it's what it's like for some people.
Well, listen, thank you so much for calling. You said your name is Anthony?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. I actually remember that name.
Well, I have 3 questions for you, Geck. Or like 3 things I want to say.
3 questions?
Yeah, they're really short.
All right, tell me.
Okay, the first one. Has anyone ever told you that you look like the actor Charlie Day? I was watching your stream like the other night, the Wiki to Wiki or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw you like without all the Geck makeup on. You look exactly like that guy, just like with lighter hair.
I have been told that I look like that before. I have seen some TikTok comments, some Twitch comments about that. I have seen that before.
Yeah, it's really freaky. Another one. I've been listening to like a lot of the podcasts recently, and I got to like the older ones because I've cleared out all the newer ones, and I noticed that you have like music that'll play like in between every call. I love that music so much. Why did you remove it?
When did I remove it?
I don't know like the exact one, but probably like after at least the 10th call or 10th episode, maybe.
I would not be surprised if there is at least one podcast that I have put out that erroneously does not have music. But there should be only.
It was like the specific music though. It was just like it was great. I like, vibed with it every in between calls. You know.
The most recently, the most recent podcasts have all used the same music, but in the past, I tried to switch it up a little bit more. But now I kind of just use the same music for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. And the last one was like a shout out to like someone that had called before. It was like the first guy that I like saw on your stream, like on TikTok. I just want to shout this guy out because like he changed my life almost. You know.
Who is he?
It's the guy that pees only in the shower.
Oh, if he's here,
yeah.
I wonder if he's watching.
Yeah, I think about this guy every day. Like, totally changed my worldview of like how everything works. You know. I don't do it.
You can really do
but
it.
I seriously consider it though. Like every time I go to the bathroom, you know.
You know, it's inspiring to listen to someone really going out of the way to live their life their own way.
That guy,
intentionally.
He was really seemed like he was on a new way of life. That guy.
I hope he's doing okay. I hope he's not dead. He could be dead. I haven't heard from him in a while. I hope he's not though.
Yeah, if he's listening, call in. I'll be listening to the stream, and I love you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anthony.
Thank you.
You have a good night.
All right, I love you, Gek.
I love you too, baby.
Call from
Aiden.
Aiden.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? Hello?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Just all right. I think that's actually reasonable to be doing just all right. I'd be concerned if you were doing fantastically.
I mean, I can be doing amazing.
You can be. Are you in a car right now?
I sure am.
Am I on speakerphone? What's happening? Where am I right now?
You are on speaker. Could I have a second to put my ears in? Is that okay?
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's get illegal in here. I'll wait. I don't got anything else going on. This is what I planned. This is when I woke up this morning. I fully planned on being I fully planned that at 11:26 p.m. this evening, I would be exactly where I am right now in this chair as a gecko talking to people on the phone. So this is actually according to plan fully. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about me.
Oh, solid. I'm glad.
Are they in?
I can't imagine. Oh, go ahead.
Where are we? Where in the car are we? What state?
I'm in California.
And where are we on our way to? Or from?
Home from work.
Home from work. And where do you work?
I work at GameStop.
At where?
GameStop?
Do they pay you in stock?
No.
Did you invest in GameStop?
I got it, or I wanted to, but it was a little too late for me to get in.
Apparently it's not. Apparently it just squoze a little bit more. But I don't know how that shit works.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not very smart, so I don't really know.
You're not very smart.
I'd say I'm more street smart than financially or book smart.
What makes you say that you're street smart?
I don't know. I just have had a lot of life experiences, and it's kind of taught me a lot. And I feel like I think a little bit more rationally than most people that I've met. So I feel like I can make logical decisions a lot easier than most people.
Interesting. Tell me of these life decisions that you feel as though have inspired your street smartness, which would you say is the most vital? The one that has inspired your street smartness the most, if you can pick.
Probably the day I decided to move out of my dad's house at the age of 17.
At the age of
that
17.
That taught me a lot.
What did it teach you?
it taught me that life is more than just go to school and come home or go to work and come home. It's a lot more about relationships and dealing with a bunch of shit you don't want to.
That's a rather pessimistic viewpoint.
I'd say it's a little bit more of a realistic viewpoint. I mean, it makes
That's what they always say.
I guess, yeah.
But then again, I mean, look, perception is... I mean, I'm about to sound like a douche here, but all right, perception is reality.
No, you're good. Yeah.
So if you perceive things optimistically, then you're a realist. But if you perceive things pessimistically, you're also a realist. So no matter what thing you are, you're a realist.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I didn't really think about it like that.
Do people ever prank call you? When I was 14, I prank called GameStop all the time because it was the one place that a human being always picked up. Like if I wanted to call, like if I tried to call Target or some shit, it was always the robot, or you had to like go to a bunch of shit to get to a human. But GameStop, it was immediately always a human, so they were the easiest people to prank call. So I'd prank call them a lot.
Yeah, no, we used to get a lot of prank calls a couple years ago, but the prank calls nowadays are kind of weak, to be honest. Like people don't really try. It's always like, oh, you have GTA 6? Like, I mean, that's not really a prank call, dude.
Do you have what 6?
Do you have GTA 6? And I'm like, that's not really a prank call, you know? Like that's just you being dumb.
No, I would prank call GameStop and I would just go, ah, and I would hang up.
That's a prank call. I would love to take that call.
See, that's pretty good. All right, where do you work? I'll call you.
Should I disclose that? Bay Area. I'll just say I'll say Bay Area.
All right, I'll come in. I don't really play video games anymore. I only play one video game, but it's like 20 years old.
RuneScape?
No, Melee.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's a good one.
Do you guys have that?
Probably one of the best. No, we don't.
What'd you say your name was?
Aiden?
Aiden, how long have we been on the phone for? There's no way you haven't gotten home yet.
My commute is an hour and a half both ways.
You commute an hour and a half to work at GameStop? Why?
That's the question. That's kind of why I'm calling.
Is there not a GameStop closer to you?
There is, but I'm not working under the leader who leads that district.
Okay, well, why do you work at why do you commute so far?
Because it's kind of the hole I dug myself into, and I can't find a way out right now. So I just kind of deal with it.
What's your lease looking like? How much more you got on there?
It's actually month to month. Like I can move whenever I want, but you know the money and the timing's got to be right.
It's month to month. Why are you still? How many months in a row have you commuted an hour and a half to GameStop?
Probably a year and a half now.
What? Why?
Because I can't get out, man. Nobody wants to hire me. No one wants to pay me.
It's a month-to-month lease.
Well, I can't move out to Bay Area. You know how expensive it is out here in California, man? Like that's too much. GameStop doesn't pay me enough to live out there. Hell no.
But you can't find a place you can't find a place for a similar price that's less than. By the way, I mean, have you done like on gas, on time? I feel like you could move a little bit closer. You really couldn't find a place closer than an hour and a half?
I really wish I could say yes, but the cheapest one that I've been able to find is $300 to $400 more than what I'm paying for now, and that does not fit my budget.
I almost feel like I don't know what gas prices are at in LA, but I almost feel like you might even be spending more on gas, like enough on gas to justify it. Have you done that math?
It's
an hour and a half each.
Yeah.
3 hours a day is a lot.
It is a lot. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, the thing is though, like I got to spend that money to get out here to make money, to save money, to not have to spend so much money on gas. So it's almost like a double-edged sword. I got to spend the money to get out there, and I don't really have the opportunity to save the money to not go out there.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, look, obviously you've done the Craigslisting and the Googling, and I haven't, but I feel like you can find a place for a decent price.
Maybe I'll have to look a little bit harder. It's possible, but I mean, when I initially took the position and looked, it wasn't in the cards, so I just didn't do it.
Are you a manager?
I am, yeah.
That's pretty sweet. Do you play video games?
I do, yeah.
Well, listen, good luck, Aiden?
Yeah, sure.
I feel bad leaving you. You probably still have an hour left to go.
45 minutes, not bad, but I'm watching your stream, so it gives me something to do.
Well, good luck.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Of course. You have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Therapy Gecko's on the line, taking your phone calls every night. Therapy Gecko's doing it right, he's teaching you how to live your life, but he's not